Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. I hope your Thursdays are going off to a great start here. We are waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes for the Get Down Mr. President Challenge. And of course, I want to say thank you everybody who supports these videos each and every day, and those of you who leave comment streaks, submit fan art, all that kind of good stuff. It all supports myself and the Mosh Pit as a community, and I really do appreciate it. Really quick correction. Yesterday, I accidentally read the Wednesday. Yesterday, I accidentally read the Thursday question of the episode from last week. Today, I'll be reading the one from last Wednesday. So a little bit of confusion there on the date. Sorry about that. And here's also your fan art of the day, submitted here on the Invicta subreddit by I'm going to say Elra Hightower. I keep wanting to say Elvira, and that's not how it's spelled. Elra Hightower on the Invicta subreddit. He said, "Cook this up while waiting at the dentist's office to get my wisdom tooth removed." And I love, but also am confused of how. First off, I love Sissy on the brimmed hat there, the wide brim hat. That's my favorite type of hat. I don't know how I all of a sudden got like sort of a sheriff thing going on, or maybe that's a Crocodile Dundee hat. But I do like how it's sort of progressing into now I'm just the Texan sheriff in town. I don't know. Maybe the tuxedo is finally going away, and I'll start donning. Well, not like chaps or anything. Oh God, not chaps or anything, but. Just a sheriff outfit. That'd be kind of cool with a duster. I don't know. Kilo Whiskey Sierra Golf 3 Victor Bravo Kilo. We've got marked and Curse of the Maze. Yeah. So let's talk about marked. Marked is an item that comes up frequently. People want to ask me how come I don't like this item, and well. It doesn't take if you know anything about me, it's a casual Invicta video passerby. You will know that I do not like things that do things without me wanting them to do it at the time that I want them to do it. And marked forces you to fire no matter what. As long as it's triggered, you must fire, and there is no way to mitigate that. Even if you have brimstone or something like that, it will always fire. I think the only thing that won't force you to fire is Epic Fetus, I believe, and possibly Mom's Knife. Yeah, marked is just not good. It gives you a tears up, which is nice when you do get it, for those of you brave enough to do so. But it's got a really weird play style that I'm just not down with. Now, that being said, the original God combo, and this is one of the first big revelations that we saw in synergies in the new era of Isaac, was marked and cursed eye. That gives you an insane amount of fire rate, and it's actually pretty amazing. So if we get a chance to get cursed eye, I definitely would be down for that. But past that, yeah. See, I'm even more inclined to use Robobaby 2.0 right now until I absolutely need to use our tiers for offense. Seagram might be there. Let me go look it over here real quick. Let me go investigate over here since I am the sheriff now, apparently. Seagram's here, and Keeper's Kin would be nice, but we can go check inside the store, I guess. Hive Mind's okay. Robobaby 2.0 is just a familiar that will follow our... We can basically control him like marked, and he will attack anything that is around him. And does a pretty good job. I would say it's a competent amount of damage early on. Later on, you probably don't want to you hopefully don't have to worry about having him as your primary source of DPS, but yeah, so he can go over there and run point on old Dookie while I just sit back and give him sort of cover here. This is partner in crime right here. You got this, Robobaby. Look at that. Look at that. Who needs items when we got Robobaby? Yeah. Halo Flies is just better. Going on to last week's question of the episode. This one coming in not from the Libra episode, but from the Voodoo Magic episode, which is the question I was supposed to read yesterday, as I said in the opening monologue, so apologies about that. This one coming in from Jamatala, who has been a longtime member of the Mosh Pit. And Jamatala says, question for you, Sin. Does it ever get less incredible that you have all these people creating such amazing and fantastic fan art for or about you? It must be so humbling. It really is. I distinctly remember the very first time someone ever made anything Sinvicta fan art related, and that was in the StarCraft 2 days. Somebody, this is in Wings of Liberty, so when StarCraft I think was in beta. Somebody had made me an Ultrasaur that was made. It was, I don't remember how we got onto it. It's because I had a skin, or I was playing yellow one time and I called them the Bananasaur, and that kind of just stuck. And this person made an Ultrasaur that had a just bananas for the sides, you know. And I think that one will always stick out to me, just because it was the very first. That was the first. And then obviously since then, I mean, incredible artists have come around and done fan art. I've also commissioned a lot of them. Hell, if you want to have the most amazing turn of events for someone who started out doing fan art and then actually is employed by me now, look no further than Alex. Alex was not an official employee of mine, but I didn't know who he was until he made an amazing fan art. And if Alex wants to find that first ever fan art he did, I was so impressed by that. And at the time, I needed a new. It wasn't at the time at the immediate moment, but very shortly after meeting Alex, I needed a new thumbnail artist because I parted ways with the previous one, and he stepped up. And ever since then, you know, I think that Alex has been one of the most significant additions to the channel. I don't even think that. I know that. And you know, I'm constantly amazed by and impressed by the level, the caliber of talent that watches my videos every day and chooses to use their free time and out of completely their own free will, chooses to use their free time to make incredible art, whether it be about me or about Isaac or whatever. And to involve me in any way like that is truly a blessing. To see that level of talent come out and really, I appreciate the effort that artists in the Mosh Pit community show every single day. You know, and the art obviously it varies in levels of degree of skill level. And that doesn't matter to me as much. Of course, an impressive work of art is amazing to look at, right? I mean, everyone has to start somewhere. And I love all art. I think that it is one of the greatest compliments you can receive as a content creator, to have somebody do that, especially if they're a professional artist. They're giving you basically free work, and out of just the pure appreciation for what you do. So, you know, I am humbled by the amount of amazing artwork that we get every single day on the Sinvicta subreddit, in the Discord, and in the for the memes of the day and everything, or emails. And it really makes me feel good that I'm able to not only receive that kind of stuff, but also am able to sort of signal boost and show all these talents, you know, and who knows, maybe it leads to commissions in the future. All right, so we've got Monty. Montezuma's Revenge is going to be huge for us because it allows us to not have to worry too much or so much about being dependent on where Marked is going, but we still have to be cautious. Montezuma's, as you see here, is going to be firing regardless of whether or not we want it to, thanks to Marked. So, but it does give us more of a burst damage build here, which is going to keep us safe in the long run. Now you can turn off, as you just saw me right there, you can turn off Marked. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but unless if you have a secondary source of damage, you're going to have to use it. It's the thing. But in these cases where I'm trying to place a bomb, or I'm just trying to not damage something, I can shut it off by hitting the control key. I don't know what the key is on the keyboard. Or the controller. I don't play on the controller, obviously. Some people are really surprised to hear that. I'm surprised that more people play with the controller, to be frank, because Isaac was always a PC game, so you know it's always had some level of controller support, obviously. But I think that for me, it's weird to associate the the primary control scheme for Isaac with a controller. And that's obviously just bred from experience and just from routine. You know, I'm used to. I can only translate things in the language of a keyboard. Secret room should be here, but we have no bombs. Bombs have been actually all pickups have been kind of scarce on this run so far, money included. Hang on a second, Sinvicta. You chose to pass up Pageant Boy for Halo of Flies. You can't say money's been scarce. I mean, yeah, I can, actually, because if given the choice between one of the worst boss items, if not the worst boss item in the entire game, versus something that actually gives us a very good defensive boost, I'm going to take the one that gives us a defensive boost and also 1 of 3 for Beelzebub, which could further enhance our defense by giving us flying and mobility. They see little Gertie here is also going to be just charging up and firing on her own. So it's right now we have somewhat of a synergy, I guess, if you squint hard enough with all these charge items and marked, but that's really reaching there in terms of is this a good synergy or not, or is this even a synergy? Secret room's here, by the way. I'm gonna look for a Tinted Rock over Meow first. Okay. There's a challenge room over here as well. We have the Soul of Eve, which we can use against the boss. I'm not going to use the D8. The D8's terrible. It used to be great, but you know, not everything can be great, and unfortunately, the D8 is. It trolls one too many times. It can absolutely nuke your run. We have with what keys, game? With what keys do you expect me to open not 1 but 2 chests? One of them being a mega chest. Super secret room. There's way too many options here. I would say it has to be here. I mean, this little alleyway makes it seem like it's there, and it is. Glad we didn't miss that. Okay, we're already in Catacombs 1 here, and we need to get some damage. Damage tiers, tier effects, something. I was sitting there trying to use the Soul of Eve, and it was not happening. Great job by the Soul of Eve. Getting all them D-bizzles out. We almost have enough money to make the shop worthwhile. We get Glass Eye, which is going to give us a damage upgrade, and we get an absolute doo-doo-rific, I mean, crap-tacular Devil Deal. I only took Plan C just to lock us in for a Devil Deal because this is going to be a run where, as you can tell, we're going to need the offense. And I would much rather pay for. I'd much rather pay 1 HP for a useless item like Plan C over trying to wait for an Angel Deal and then getting nothing but defensive items. So we get the Eternal D-Sizzle, which could be interesting here. Use the Eternal D6. Well, we tried anyway. The Eternal D6 is interesting because this does give us a little bit of an out. Albeit a small one, but still, if we have an item pedestal, we have a chance of re-rolling it. Now, what does the chance of re-rolling it mean, you might be asking? Well, it does re-roll, but it also has a 50% chance to just completely remove the item. Or in this case, we might as well not have an item there. The only good thing here is that we're eliminating 2 bad items from the item pool here, so... Knew that was going to happen the second I saw that spider spawn. It's amazing how you can kill something over a gap and just flies right over. I mean, sure. Bob's Curse, it's better than Brother Bobby and Keybeggar. Sure. At least we get bombs now. We might be able to bomb our way into the boss trap room. Maybe. Let's go see what's over here. Okay, we can't. But the secret room is most likely north of this room. I thought that thing was dead. I didn't even see this one over here. By the way, what hit me? I went back to investigate what hit me in that dice room from yesterday, and it was a bomb rock there that I accidentally meandered into with Thunder Thighs. So that solves the mystery of the random explosion in the corner. Why the game would ever put a random bomb rock there when there's no other bomb rocks in sight, especially inside of a dice room, is just, I mean, that just shows you how this game is designed sometimes. You know, you get a special room thinking, oh yeah, here comes a great advantage. But of course, Isaac being Isaac has to have some level of booby trap in there to troll the player. The game will take any and all advantage of you wanting to try to do something good for your run and try to penalize you for it. That's just what this game is. And the sooner that people realize that, the sooner that you understand why you want to get this game, just beat it to submission. Hot bombs are great. I am going to take the hot bombs here. We need, at this point, we might as well make it into a bomb run. We cannot, no. We cannot afford another movement speed down. We just cannot. The only saving grace right now is the fact that Montezuma's Revenge would save us from bad movement speed, but that doesn't mean that I want to put myself in that situation. Yes, we need his tears up. Yes, we need damage up. But you have to look at things more than it's more than just black and white on paper. Yes, we need damage. Cool. So here's damage. Well, it's not only that though. There's as we just got done talking about, there's always a positive with a negative in this game. Very, very rarely we ever see something just be beneficiary across the board here. That I gotta say, you know, Eternal D6, we have not failed a single roll yet, and I'm noticing you. Doing a good job, son. It's the kind of effort I like to see on this team. So we pass up Jello here just because I didn't feel like replacing the Eternal D6. The Eternal D6 gives me hope. Carrying Queen, again, thank God we've got Montezuma's Revenge. It is not a sentence that you'd be able to say outside of the context of Isaac without sounding very disturbed and possibly in need of some help. Look at that, little Gertie going in there for the snipe. We are able to get another Devil Deal here. And again, just another doo-doo-tastic Devil Deal. Man, these Devil Deals have been just awful. And that is not just awful. Wow. We can only take one, though. Man. I almost bought both of them just so we had a reroll pedestal. I wish I had, obviously, but it's Flight versus Maw of the Void. I'm going to pause here for a second and think about this. Maw of the Void is going to fire automatically. That is not always a good thing. Spirit of the Night gives us Spectral Tears and Flying, but it doesn't really increase our offensive prowess like Maw of the Void does. They both count towards the Leviathan transformation, but we can only take one. Which one do you take? I think that because our offense is not great, despite there being the risk of us damaging something that we don't want to take out, like a bomb fly or an exploding champion or a barrel anywhere near us, that is a risk that I think we have to take. We cannot play defensive in this run with Marked. So I am going to take Maw of the Void. And a range upgrade ain't bad. Now, if it stays open, if we're able to somehow get some money here, it stays open, we could potentially go back in there and take Spirit of the Night. But we would need to get a Soul Heart or Soul Hearts. In Isaac, it's very much of the best defense is a good offense strategy, and that's what we're going to have to employ here. We have to throw caution into the wind, knowing that we may possibly cause more harm than good. for all the right reasons. Now, one thing we can also do here, and this is gonna be a pretty smart play. We can go into the curse room, and regardless of what was in here, this did not matter. We needed to get rid of this red heart, but not the bone heart. Now, this is significant because we can go into the boss trap room and then throw a lover's card in there, thereby making sure that we don't have to worry about losing the HP upgrade, and we're just gonna get an HP upgrade anyway. But now we have to fight for it. This gives us the ability to take Spirit of the Night. Now, let's keep going with the hypothetical train here. If the Devil Deal is open, do we take Spirit of the Night now that we have the ability to? That puts us 2 or 3 for Leviathan and gives us flying. The other factor that we have to think about, though, is going to be it takes us down to 1 HP. And also, given the inherent risk of Maw of the Void being here, I don't know if it's safe enough to do so on 1 HP with it being a soul heart of all things. It's something that we cannot recover. So we have to make a choice here. Or do we want to go that route, or do we want to not? Almost thought we were gonna get Skatol there. Hey, Monty, I gave you a chance. There's no key. We cannot get into the shop. There is a key in that big room, though. I don't remember seeing that. Yeah, that's why. The only other thing is that we have this Mimic chest over here, which won't actually penalize us because we have a Bone Heart, so it's not a big deal. And let's see if there's a Yave in here. Not. More hearts, but... but I'd try. Super secret room is there. Get a stars card. World card. Got a free card that lets us into the shop. We get school bag. We have to bomb here. Did not get a nickel from the Penny-Eyed Keeper. Kind of sucks because I was really hoping to get this this tarot card here. Honestly, for 7 cents, the school bag is a great pickup here. We can actually get the tarot card, but I won't be able to get the key. The reverse tower card. Okay. But now the reverse tower card, we can go back into the big room and unleash it in there and see if we can get more soul hearts to supplement our HP before we take Spirit of the Night. Now, with us having the second soul heart, this significantly changes things for our prospect of possibly getting Spirit of the Night, which is the ultimate goal here without dooming our run. And we got screwed. Yep. And that's Isaac for you, baby. We can at least get this key, I guess. But that is typical Sinvicta luck right there. So, now do we go for the Stars card or for the World card? I think that, on the whole, the Stars card is just going to be better for us. It allows us to get out of a challenge room if we do find one. Right now I'm just perusing for a little bit of luck. And it wasn't open anyway. And we get a fire rate upgrade here. A few more cents. Not enough to make a difference. We could check for a tinted rock inside of the alt path door. That's 6 cents, but there's nothing in the shop, I don't think, other than that key that we would want to buy. We did get School Bag, though. The School Bag is going to give us a second spacebar slot. Yeah, no. Let's wait on the key, because we might find one on the next floor. We're done with this floor anyway. We could... No, let's not waste the soul. I was going to say we could Potentially go play that Demon Judge, but we need this Soul Heart. Yep, right there is the reason why I did it. I knew that we were going to be seeing Curse of Lost coming up. I mean, I didn't know, obviously, but you know. You know. Get Black Hole, it's better than nothing. We can use it to clear rocks and stuff. If in a bind, we can also use it for offense. And we could have re-rolled it, of course, but I think that it's just nice to have something in that second slot that could potentially save us. Yeah, like, this is a Black Hole room if I've ever seen one. Create a giant mess up there and just let God sort them out. I didn't want to go on this side of this chest, obviously, but we had to take that risk. I am going to drop a bomb here and see if we can get a Yave. Didn't, but we got a random Soul Heart out of there. That's even better than a Yave. Great block there by Halo of Flies. Fantastic block. That would be a TM trainer item that re-rolled from something. And get the Necronomicon. I'm not paying HP to get that, so. But we have a secret room pedestal. Now, if you want to know what just happened there, if you're seeing that, I'm like, hang on a second, what kind of mod hacks you got going on there, buddy? That is a glitched item, and you get that. You get that after you get all of the Tainted Eden unlocks. It is a, quote, unlock. A, quote, beneficial unlock, according to the rules of Isaac. Again, going back to that Dune line, when is a gift not a gift? You're playing Isaac, baby! Okay, so let's go see what we can get from the boss. We've already been in the item room. We have Black Hole ready to go for the boss fight. Have them pinned there if we really need them to. And I really don't feel like fighting Pyle. But he doesn't care about rules because it's Pyle, they expect. There we go. Good damage there with Maw of the Void. Yeah, I'm not going to re-roll that. We need damage here. Might as well use the reverse death card. We got a singular bone orbital. Adder Mushroom is it's a movement speed down, but it gives us more damage and range. This would be worth the Soul Heart to take. And we also might be able to recover that Soul Heart here with these skulls, if I place this bomb correctly. I should mention really quickly that last Wednesday's run had the Voodoo Magic. That was the Voodoo Magic episode that had the Freak on a Leash corn thumbnail. I didn't know what Alex was going to do for that. I just told him, I said, hey, it's a Voodoo head run. Do something Voodoo heady. And then he picked the amazing parody of the Korn album cover. So Korn is a band that sometimes I'm okay with, but for the majority of most of Korn's music, I've always been kind of it's okay. I've seen them live a couple times. I will say that Korn puts on an incredible live show. I'd say that they're one of the best live bands ever. If you get a chance to go see them live, even with the new lineup or old lineup, it's worth doing if you happen to be a casual Korn fan. But for the most part, I've just been. They do have great songs. Blind, of course, is an all-time classic. I remember when that song first came out, and everyone was like, "This is the heaviest thing ever, brother." I was friends with Hulk Hogan back in the day. I know him as Terry. Yeah. Yo, old Terry. What's Hulk Hogan's real name? Terry Bolega or something? Terry Bradshaw, Terry Funk, the Funk Brothers. Yeah, I don't know about the current state of wrestling. My claim to fame is hanging out with Mark Henry quite a few times back when I was bartender, bouncer, way back in the day. I was a coworker with his brother, and Mark was always a cool guy. Very nice dude. Every time I saw him, he always had a big smile on his face, and he's always very polite. Just a really chill guy. You wouldn't expect a dude of the level of person that he is to be. You might expect him to be a little arrogant, a little pushy, or something like that. Just how big guys do. But dude is actually one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and it was always fun to see Mark. Then of course I'm very good friends with Kofi Kingston's brother, Kwame, aka my brother Tempo, of When I'm Grandmaster fame. My brother Tempo. I am going to take Book of Revelations just for the security of it all. We might as well re-roll this and get the Bookworm transformation. Yeah, this is rough out here, Sarge. Mark is not making it any easier. Again, the only saving grace that we have going for us right now is the fact that we now have Maw of the Void and Montezuma's Revenge. There's a Fool card here. Might as well take it. Got nothing else to do. These were all... Yeah, that was encased by rocks, so we don't care about that. And of course, when we finally do get enough money to buy something, we'd agreed fight. We just have to kind of acclimate to this close quarter combat style here with Marked, and we failed a 76% deal with the devil. Right. This is one of those runs that could go south very quickly, so we cannot relax here. Our damage is what I would consider to be slightly, very slightly above par for where we would want to be in a late game situation here. To be in a more dominant position, I'd rather have closer to 9 damage or more. 6 is a little, again, we're almost 7, so it's just on the borderline of being okay. I'd prefer not to use the Book of Revelations if we don't have to right here. I've had it with these freaking turrets, man. Also, I don't know where all the keys are in this run. We have maybe picked up a grand total of 5 keys that I can recall. I don't know where all these keys have been going. Also, full clear. La, 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 la. I guess using the Book of Revelations isn't such a huge deal here because we have the Eternal D6. And I also kind of just raged after being shot by that only singular shot that hit us in the Vortex room. I'm actually surprised that it's not there. Okay, well, now I'm not. So a secret room cannot possibly spawn near or adjacent to a skinny room. Only at the very edge of the room is it where it's possible. If like a skinny room is coming to an end, then you can have a secret room at the very end of the hallway of the skinny room. Other than that, you cannot have a secret room adjacent to it. And the Dead End Express just keeps on rolling, baby. All right. All right. Got to get that watch time and engagement up, am I right? You know me. What does the Ouroboros Swarm look like with Marked? exactly what you expect it to look like. All right. So we've been unable to maintain and protect our 7th HP here. You've got to be kidding me, game. How is it that direction? This is some next level Sinvicta navigation here. I mean, look at this map, dude. We've gone in every possible logical way. Now, had we gotten Spear of the Night, we would have had the Leviathan transformation. Which would have been nice. Let me go back here and grab these hearts. There we go. And Placenta did its job. It regened our remaining Bone Heart. Seagrim should be here. Wow, double soul heart payout. Now, I'm hoping that we can protect these long enough for the Devil Deal. We still have a chance of making Leviathan, but it's remote. Oh, okay. This is the goofiest, most nightmarish Sinvicta navigation map I think I've ever seen. If you look at this, every single direction that we've gone should have been the right way. That is... Even on my levels of navigation, that is ridiculous. This is a non-XL floor, by the way. I think we need to mention that every time we get a full clear. It's gonna be my next shirt. Non-XL floor, by the way. So we're gonna leave that there. We do get a Devil Deal, no surprise there. Athame and Satanic Bible, neither one of these contribute towards the Beelzebub transformation. We don't really need Athame at this point. That might be a little bit of a hot take. If we get the Satanic Bible, though, that gives us 2 ways of getting Soul Hearts and sort of solidifies this run. I guess, but I'm not happy about it. Yeah, and we've done a full clear, so take another orbital. We are fully in the trenches of this run right now, and no signs of it slowing down. Yeah, we got to pay out from a 3-skull Monty, kind of. We get Twisted Pair, which is going to help out our DPS a little bit, but... almost clipped us there. Should get a Soul Heart from Larry. And we just charged up another one here. And as you would expect, we've gone in the wrong direction. All right, so let's go check the south side of the map. All right, now let's go check out the west side of the map, shall we? The only direction we haven't gone. I cannot believe the secret room's not there. Great block by Ball Bandages right there. The sad thing is that this run would have been like this with or without Marked. Although I will say that we probably would have cleared a little bit faster without having to try to benefit from Montezuma's Revenge every single time it procs, which is not always going to happen, obviously. Yeah, we get another Soul Heart here with the Book of Revelations. But this is why we took Maw of the Void here, was so we have this sort of this circle of offense if we needed to use it for our protection, which is what we're doing right now, is bum rushing these mobs before they can really get established in a run. Unfortunately, Placenta did regen a half red heart during any active room, but it's not going to hurt us yet. Polar invincibility still activates off of a half red heart. We didn't get a double deal, no shocker there. I think the decision making in this episode has been pretty on point. I stand by the Maw of the Void pick for sure. And I give credit where credit's due. The Eternal D6 has been doing wonderful for us. It's only that I can recall voided maybe two or three items that we've tried to re-roll. So that's a really, really strong payout. Good showing from the Eternal D6. Show that it's not total trash, it's just sometimes trash. By sometimes, I mean most of the time trash. But if you need a re-roll and you have nothing else, you have no other options, and you just are desperate to have something change in a run, the Eternal D6 is a good bet. And when it feels like it's in a good mood, as in this room, and this run is a testament to that, it can be a very, very valuable asset. When it's in a bad mood, it is not devastating, but it's not good. I'm not going to say it's bad, I'm just going to say it's not good. I might as well take the red heart. We're going to regen it anyway. I don't know what's up with these spiders. These spider spawns just flying out towards us. It happens all the time, but they've been particularly aggressive today. Recording this at 5:55 a.m. A very strange night for me because I had Papa Victa over. I bought me and Papa Victa some prime ribeye steaks for Father's Day, and then we ended up not being able to do it because the weather was so bad on Sunday. So I ended up doing it today, which is Monday. And or technically Tuesday, and basically what I did was we had dinner. It was great. Papa Victa had a good time, and after I grill, like I put the grill cover back on, everything like that. I hate smelling like a barbecue pit. I hate smelling like smoke or propane or whatever. So I always take a shower. I do a load of laundry, and I always take a shower after I'm done grilling. And then I got really, really tired. Just super sleepy. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to lay down for a little bit. And ended up sleeping for a good solid 5 hours, which was great. Now, some people, 5 hours... Oh, that's so much better. To some people, 5 hours doesn't seem like a lot of sleep, which clinically, I guess it's not considered that much of a sleep. But for me, for Sinvicta levels of sleep, that's an accomplishment. Especially when I didn't even take any of my sleep medication or anything like that. I was just sleepy. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna lay down and see what happens. I've got nothing else to do. I've got my recording done for the day. The only problem with that is that I woke up wide awake at 3 a.m. So, and now sitting here at almost 6 a.m., it's like, man, too early for me to go back to bed. Yeah, 20-hour glass is kind of whatever. At this point. Gotta say, though, shout out to the Eternal D6. Seriously. The Eternal D-Sizzle made this run happen. If we didn't get the Eternal D6, we would not have gotten Maw of the Void. We would not have gotten C-Section here at the end, and it's just a great showing. I'll take back what I said. The Eternal D6 is not trash. It can be trash. But overall, I don't think it's a trash item. It's just a very risky item to use in a critical situation. If you have nothing else to lose, and you just need that reroll, then the Eternal D6 will do you well. But just be aware, it can also completely nuke whatever item. So it's almost like investing in a way. Don't use the Eternal D6 if you're not willing to lose the item that you're trying to reroll. Just permanently lose it. I don't know how we got double tap there, but take 8-inch nails, gonna give us a significant damage up here. This is a good seed for anybody who wants to practice their Montezuma's revenge skills, by the way. Definitely a good time to. You've seen how pivotal that this item has been for us. C-Section making it happen. This is just madness. We got babies flying all over the place, little Gertie just shooting everywhere. We got tears just firing. We got corn flying everywhere. This is chaos. The mishmash of a room. Got robot babies floating around. See, we needed to kill Gertie before she was able to do anything there, and Mark stopped firing. And eventually we will find Blue Baby and we will beat him. But I think today was a great showing. I made good decisions, very good play calls, and I've been pretty satisfied with the level of play that we've been doing these last couple of episodes. I feel like my decision making is more on point in more recent videos than they have possibly been. As I use a deck of cards here. And Tempest Machine, all right. Wish we hadn't. So, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope your Thursdays have gone off to a great start here. Hopefully you enjoyed the run, and if you did, make sure you click the like button. I would appreciate it. It's the best way to support my channel, as always. You all know the score by now, but in case you don't, liking the video helps support the channel and the algorithm and gets it recommended to new people as well. And thank you, everyone who leaves comment streaks as well. That's something that I try to give very much respect to, because comment streaks may not seem that important, but it all leads to engagement. Engagement is everything when it comes to YouTube, and it also provides me my livelihood. So thank you all so much for allowing me to do this. Thank you for supporting the streams. Thank you for supporting the YouTube live streams as well here on the channel. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to pages of mine like Matthew Ramsey, Paradoxius Blackheart, and Dummy Boy. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.